much for the games? So I ended up picking up like 3 extra games that I intended to at that sale. Or at that market booth, because the kid doesn't know how math works and he had trouble getting me my change. So I just kept buying more games to, but you just didn't have the change for it.
That's for 40 charge it too.
How much are the Wii games?
$3.
Same for the Xbox?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Take 5 for these two?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you got there? Oh, I gotta get
Look at all this rain we're getting. Look at it. Look at it all. We're drowning out here. Fucking drowning. Every fucking garage sale we tried to go to today has not set up. It's not supposed to rain today until like 11 or 12. Connecticut, you're bitch made. Just wanted you to know that. It's only about half price. Seasonal flea market. That's only.
guy who has the truck? He sets up in he's gonna go get a box.
Okay.
Put him all in the box.
Alright guys, let's take a look at what I was able to find on this weekend adventure in video game hunting. The weekend started off with a little bit of Pitying Fools on Friday. Picked up the Mr. T board game, the Star Wars Escape from the Death Star board game, and Gremlins board game for $1 each. Picked up this weird dot hack sign, I believe anime box set. It is just the limited edition stuff that came with, I believe, Volume 1, but it doesn't have Volume 1 or any of the other DVDs. It has, I believe, a demo for the game, a t-shirt, some other swag, and I have no idea what it's worth. If you have any idea, let me know in the comments below. Over here, we went to some video game stores. Some of these were from GameStop. Picked up Rhythm Thief and The Emperor's Treasure. Game that's worth about $50. They had it for $26.99. Like the other two games I got from GameStop using their buy two, get one free. I picked up Gunvolt Striker Pack and Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Hashtag FE. However you want to say that. Both of those were also $26.99, so about $56. And I think I had $36 in trade credit, so I paid about $20 cash for those. Going to be trying out Rhythm Thief, and well, basically trying out all those games eventually. And if I don't like them, probably just resell them. But whichever ones I like, I'll keep. From Retro Games Plus, I picked up Metroid Prime Pinball, which is actually missing the Rumble Pack. But this game goes for about $20. They had it for $10. I picked it up. I don't know, how do you beat a pinball game? I have the high scores on every single stage. I played it a lot last night, and it's a really fun pinball game. I highly suggest you check it out. I was a little upset that it didn't come with the Rumble Pack. Then I realized if I'm playing it on 3DS, it wouldn't be any use to me because it needs a Game Boy Advance slot. Picked up Phantasy Star Zero from Game Exchange for $14 plus tax. A game that I had a while ago, but I gave to Danny when we met up at the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo. This one I'll probably keep for myself. It goes for about $25. Alright, over here we have some games I picked up at the flea market. On Saturday, at my usual flea market, I picked up Woody Woodpecker Missing the Manual for $3. Legion, The Legend of Excalibur, that's a weird title, for $3. Star Wars Episode 3, I picked up on Sunday for $1. Tie of the Tasmanian Tiger and Michael Jackson The Experience I bundled together for a $5 purchase. And the other games here were all $1 from a kid who did not know how to make change. He literally didn't know how to make change. I originally had Wario Land Shake It, Billy the Wizard, and I believe Portal 2 in my pile. And all I had were 20s, and he said he was $3 short of giving me change. I picked out 3 more games. I picked out I picked out 3 more games. He said that he would give me them all for $5, and then when he went to give me the change, he was still short like $1 somehow. His math was really weird for like a 15-year-old kid. I have no idea what this Common Core math is teaching them, but it ain't good. Then, our last pickup, but I'm saving the best for last here. Our last pickup was just picked up a few, like maybe an hour ago, at the sale that was supposed to be on Saturday, but canceled due to rain that didn't happen. And it's a good thing we went back. For some reason, their ad got delisted, like it wasn't on our app anymore, but we decided to swing by because it's right around the corner from us anyway. And for basically $3.33 each, I got SNK Arcade Classics Volume 1, game that goes for about $20, Salmon Max Season 1, maybe like a $10 game at most, and also Super Mario Galaxy, another $10 game. Now, when I was at my seasonal flea market today, and you barely saw the clip because I filmed like a jackass, and at the time I didn't know what the situation was. Because at that flea market, I'd gone back to this guy's booth to get that Star Wars Episode 3 game for $1. And then when I went to go pay him the $1, I noticed that he was looking through a whole bin of Sega Genesis and some Super Nintendo stuff. And he had picked out 3 games that he was keeping for himself. I don't remember what those 3 games were. I wish I was filming. At the time, I remember thinking with the games that were in there, it didn't seem like he knew what was valuable. I think he was just picking out games that he wanted for himself. So I asked the guy what he wanted for one of the Streets of Rage games and the Hyperstone Heist. He said $4 total. At that point, I was just like, alright, what do you want for everything? Because obviously there's some other stuff in here that would have been nice to get. But I was trying to test the waters, and after some hemming and hawing, he asked for $50, and I gladly paid him. So, we got a Sega Genesis console, the second one in just as many weeks, that doesn't have an RF switch or an AV cord. Also had a bunch of tape on it. I don't know what's with people into taping up Sega Genesis Model 2s, but came with 4 controllers for the Sega Genesis. 2 of them are in good shape, 2 of them really aren't, and probably are just trash. Luckily, the 6-button controller works fine, or at least seems to work fine. It's in good condition. I haven't tested anything out yet. A busted up, probably the most busted up Super Nintendo controller I've ever seen. Like this, the right trigger on this, the right button is just like really bad. Really bad. I don't know if you could even fix that. Pretty decent shape NES controller. The real selling factor was that there were 2 Game Boy Advance SPs in this box that they didn't really have any value assigned to them. The flame red one works fine, doesn't have a charger, tested it out. And the Who Are You Black Edition, limited edition, that I'd never heard of before, I just had to look it up. Thought this was some shitty sticker they had on here, but no, it's actually an edition they made of the console. For what reason? I don't fucking know. Let me know in the comments below if you know anything more about that. Going through the Super Nintendo games, we have Super Street Fighter, Art of Fighting, Donkey Kong Country, that looks like it was kind of submerged in water for a little bit, Miss Pac-Man, and Wheel of Fortune Deluxe Edition. Going through the Sega Genesis games, unfortunately none of these had the case or anything to them. We have Miss Pac-Man, NBA Hang Time, Sonic Spinball, Wheel of Fortune, Sonic the Hedgehog, Klax, Earthworm Jim, Toxic Crusaders, 2 copies of Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 2, not for resale edition, Hyperstone Heist, the 3rd one I found this year, and a much better condition copy of Maximum Carnage than the one I got a few weeks ago. And of course some sports games, NBA Live's 96, Bulls vs. Lakers, a game that's not a sport game that I thought was a sports game, James Pond 2, and NBA Live 97. Alright, so let me know in the comments below what you think about these pickups. I believe everything I have here I spent maybe $129, $130 on, if I'm remembering correctly, which ain't bad. I'm going to be doing some recouping, Gonna be upgrading some of what I have in my collection. Definitely excited about that Maximum Carnage being in good shape because mine really isn't. And definitely some really cool DS and 3DS games to add to the collection that I can't wait to try out. Highly recommend Metroid Prime Pinball. Really fun pinball game. Like the video, subscribe if you're new. Big shout out to Todderbert for his continued support on Patreon. I really appreciate it. If you would like to support me on Patreon, I would really appreciate it. You can go click on one of those links. And as always, keep it real, Internet. I love you guys.